Hey, what's up? I'm Al Cox. I make games, play games, and everything in between. And today, I'm going to go through Color Swipey, make some adjustments for an update. When it comes to some color combinations, specifically orange and yellow, that's just too difficult. And in the beginning when I was making the game, I was just making the game to make the game, get it done. And I've heard enough response or requests for this that I think I'm going to go ahead and change it. Now this one is no longer in rotation. I want to go in and increase the size of the slow motion effect. So right now the slow motion is if the ball comes anywhere here, and I think make it 1.5 size-wise. No, not opacity. Okay, scale of 1:1. I think it should be more like this. Maybe 0.75. Yeah, this way, because I think this has a good optimum range of when the ball is going to make it through, but also if it's not going to make it through. And then, just to double look at all the enemies to make sure they're in the right place, because I definitely made this game as fast as possible. My biggest thing here is to make sure nobody feels cheated when they're playing the game. And so that's what I'm going to be working on today. So to begin, first thing I need to do is be able to see the enemies. Everything just got weird over here. See how all the buttons are kind of like big and weird? Whenever anything happens in Buildbox and you're not sure why, and you're like, oh, I hope this doesn't break everything, go ahead and save it, exit out, and get back into it. Don't risk any issues that could be there that you just don't know what's going on. I have a timer that goes off every 10 minutes, makes a little ding noise, reminds me to save it. Save it! Hear that beep? Gotta save it. Oh my god, it's been too long. It's been too long. You don't play this game. You save it. One slow motion action at a time. This is like mindless work. All I have to do is not make a mistake. This is the thing, like Buildbox is not heavy with code, so this takes hours. And you could change it with the line of code very easily, but you can't have everything. For me, the visual element of how things work in Buildbox, that's what works for me. So I say this all the time to people who are like, oh, you can't make games, or I should use something else that's cheaper or free or whatever. You gotta find what works for you. And if one day that doesn't work for you anymore, then a new day to figure stuff out, one day at a time. Okay, so I've changed all the slow motion. I used to have an invisible action. Now I added a circle object that's like 150 by 150 pixels. I think it works better because when I was trying to get the invisible square to be a square, Collision Editor always had it as a rectangle. And this could easily be because there was no object, so just that's whatever it wants. So I just added an actual object. And now the Collision Editor is a circle because I just think circles work better. That's it. That's going in and changing all these accordingly so that they're kind of in the middle. Because what I want, even if you're going to hit the enemy, that it happens in slow motion. And I think that way it can get the effect of like, oh, maybe I'm going to make it, and then you don't make it and you die. That's what I want. I'm also going in here and I'm changing these because I want to make sure that it's kind of being a little bit generous. I think in some places, obviously, I'm not generous and you game over. However, I want to mix it up. Essentially, what I thought was going to be 2 hours worth of work is probably going to be 2 days worth of work. Better get started. No use in complaining about it. finally done with the changes, so now I'm just going to add Game Analytics SDK, Facebook SDK, and add stuff. Then I'm going to upload it to the App Store.